Hello. Look at this yumminess. Chicken cordon bleu. Yes, this is definitely going to take the blues away. So welcome. Welcome to Debbie's Healthy Kitchen. We have another wonderful healthy recipe for you today. And I'm really excited because I have Valentine's Day on my mind. And so I know many of you go out to dinner on Valentine's Day, but so many people are staying indoors these days. And so I wanted to give you a healthy meal that you could serve as a romantic dinner on Valentine's. And what a better meal than chicken cordon bleu served with some asparagus. And so I'm going to show you how to make this. And so I will be posting the complete recipe down below in the comments when I'm all done, and it will include all of the ingredients, the instructions, so you'll have it all. So we're going to go ahead and just dive in and get to cooking. So what I'm going to do is I have some almond flour, and I'm just going to put it in a dish here. And just move that so you can see it. And I'm going to take a very thin chicken breast. And so this is skinless, and it is more like a cutlet. But I'm just going to lightly dredge it in that almond flour. And so it doesn't have to have a lot on it. And then I am just going to shake off that excess, put it on a plate. And so I'm making 2 servings. All right. So I just want to make sure it's all well coated. Now this recipe does make 4 servings, but I did cut it in half for the 2 of us. All right, so I've got my chicken all coated. Looks just like that. It's just very lightly coated in that almond flour. All right. So the next step is you're going to take a small bowl and some low sodium chicken broth, along with some lemon juice. And we have some Dijon mustard. And then out of the rest of that almond flour, about a teaspoon goes in there. And all we're gonna do is take a whisk and just whisk it until it's all blended, no more lumps. All right, just takes just a couple of seconds. And then we're gonna go over to the stove. And so you're gonna just follow me along. And so yes, I'm going to carry my little phone here. So bear with me, awfully close. Oh my goodness. So we're going right over here to the stove where I have a pan all ready to go, turning it on medium high. If I can get my flame to go, there we are. So on medium high. And what I have in this pan is a tablespoon of butter and some olive oil. And so what I'm going to do with that is just go ahead and heat it. And as it is heating, we're just going to make that, just go ahead and let that melt here. And as soon as that is melted, we're going to put in those chicken breasts. As you can see over here, leftover asparagus, which I can't wait to eat tonight. We love asparagus. All right, so it's almost melted. And I got a little something in the pan there. Get that out whenever it is. All right. So it's just about done. Just want it pretty hot because we're only going to cook the chicken breast for like 2 minutes until it's really golden brown on each side. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put our chicken right in that pan. And we're just going to wait for, like I said, about 2 minutes. And then what you're going to do is just flip it over and you're going to cook it for another 2 minutes. And so there was an easier way to fry this, quicker, or not easier way, but if there was a quicker way to fry it, I would let you know. But 2 minutes isn't bad at all because it is cooking up pretty nicely right now. And so after we're done with this, that's the fun part, because then I'm going to be adding in the ham as well as the Swiss cheese. And so speaking of the ham, while this is cooking, just to show you, you don't want to use just any deli ham, but I do have, it's thin sliced, but you want to make sure that it doesn't have a lot of preservatives, additives. I like to buy the Applegate brand because there's no nitrates, there's no extra sodium, it's low fat, nothing added in it, and so it's healthy for you. So I love that. And then the cheese is just like a light Swiss cheese as well. So, okay, we're going to keep on going. And this is a pretty tasty recipe too, with the chicken and the ham and the cheese. Oh my goodness, wonderful flavors, I tell you what. And so really anyone could do this. I mean, really, I know I've been cooking for years and I've been cooking for healthy for, gosh, about 7 years now, because believe me, before I went on my health plan, I did not cook very healthy. Lots of fattening foods for sure, and that's why I was able to lose 65 pounds, because I had gained so much weight enjoying all the food. But you know, we had 3 kids and lots of spaghettis and pizzas and tater tots and all of those things. We don't eat that way anymore. All right, so I'm just going to flip that over. Just going to let that cook for about another 2 minutes. And let's see if you can see that cooking up there. Yes, it's sizzling. It's always just a little bit harder on a live video to try to speed things up, because I know you don't want to be sitting here watching this all afternoon, but it is worth it, I'll tell you that. I also, just to give you a little heads up, I'm in the process of creating a YouTube channel where I'm going to be featuring lots of my recipes, and it's not quite set up the way I want to yet, so I'm not promoting it yet, but I will be featuring a lot of my healthy recipes there, and my channel is Debbie's Healthy Kitchen, and so I'll let you know when it's all ready. I mean, you can certainly check it out, but No judgments, please, because don't quite have the video and the graphics and all of that stuff set up yet, but it's coming. I'm so excited. All right, so we've got that chicken now for cooking for 2 minutes, and so I'm just going to remove it, perhaps, out of the pan. The next step is just going to take that mixture of chicken broth, lemon, and the Dijon mustard and that almond flour and put it in the pan. I'm going to take my whisk. I'm going to turn on my fan because we have a sensitive smoke detector. Always can tell when dinner's done, smoke detector goes off. Anyways, we're just going to cook this down for about 2 minutes. We want to get all those little bits of pieces in there, incorporated into that sauce. Really isn't much of a sauce. It just adds a little bit of flavor. And that Dijon mustard and that lemon, smells heavenly. And it's just, we're just going to cook it till, like I said, 2 minutes, but we're just going to cook it down a little bit so there's not quite as much sauce. There's not a whole lot of bits in the pan, but just enough. Oh yeah. Almost ready for the next step. And I would love it if you guys would put in the comments if you're tuning in live or if you're catching the replay. I always like to know. And of course, if you've enjoyed this recipe so far, make sure you give me some thumbs up, some likes, maybe even a little loving. After all, this is a Valentine's Day meal, or for any day. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our chicken back in that pan. And so it's just going to cook, yes, for 2 more minutes. But now we get to add our ham and our cheese. So I'm just going to take one of these pieces of ham and just put it right on top. I just fold in the ends just a little bit for the size of the chicken. And the same with the cheese. Actually, with the cheese, I'm just going to lay that right on top. And so I'm also going to turn down my burner to about medium-low and put on a lid. So what this is going to do, it's going to help finish cooking the chicken. It's going to also help warm that cheese and melt it all over the top. So that yummy goodness. And so we're going to cook that for about 3 to 4 minutes. So I won't have you wait for that because I have the finished product. So I'm going to have you continue to watch that. While I show you once again that yumminess. See? So I also just added as a little garnish some parsley, fresh parsley that I just picked up at the store and just sprinkled it on top. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a bite because that's just what I do. I can't wait. All right, I'm cutting it with a knife here. Here we go. On to a bunch of yumminess. Excellent. Wow. Very good. And I'm not just saying it because I made it either. I mean, gosh, that is really super tasty. So, if you're looking for a Valentine's meal to fix in your home, I would go with this. Definitely. Skillet chicken cordon bleu. It is a winner for sure. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up. This is definitely going to be a win tonight. So thanks again for watching. We'll talk with you another time, and let's go eat.